I'm Jenny. Thank you for joining the Madison Public Library. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some holiday candy jars. They're great for gift giving to your friends, your favorite teachers, or your favorite librarians. So what I'm using are just some canning jars. You just need glass jars or canisters that have at least one plain side with no markings on them. I did happen to have a red canning jar. The rest of mine are clear, and then you just fill them with the colored candy. And I also have just a small jelly jar. These are your pint size canning jars. All right, so the first one I'm going to show you today is our Santa jar. Now if you have just a plain glass jar, then you would fill it with any red candy or licorice. So this is a simple jar. I just used some 7/8 inch black satin ribbon for the belt. And you can use hot glue gun or double-sided tape. And then I also picked up a piece of gold heavyweight cardstock. And from that, I just cut a simple belt. So you will just measure around your jar for your ribbon. I slipped the ribbon through the belt buckle. And again, just secure it around back with your hot glue or your double-sided tape and fill it with your candy. Now my second jar, it's my elf jar. So for this jar, I just took a piece of plain red felt and I cut a collar to go around the jar for the elf. So this was about 3/4 inch wide. So I cut triangles about 1/2 inch with the 1/4 inch trim at the top and used hot glue to glue it around the top edge of my jar. And then picked up a couple of white buttons, which I then hot glued onto the front of the jar. Again, just 2 items, and you have the elf jar. All right, my third jar is the reindeer jar, which I have filled with malted milk balls, or you could use chocolate-covered pretzels. So for this jar, I just have my googly eyes, which I stuck to the front of the jar, and then picked up a bag of pom-poms and glued the red pom-pom on for his nose, and then just made antlers with the brown chenille stems. So I took one stem, cut it in half, and then cut another small length off the top of that and twisted it around the taller stem to make my antler, and hot glued those on the side of the jar, on the lid, And then to just cover that up, I had some 3/8 inch ribbon, which I then hot glued around the top of the jar to cover up where I glued my antlers on. And that is the reindeer. Again, 2 items for the snowman jar, which I filled with marshmallows, which would go great with hot chocolate, or you could fill it with white chocolate covered pretzels. So for this one, I simply glued 3 black buttons down the front of the jar. And then you can take some pieces of fleece, and I just cut about a 1-inch length of fleece and tied it around for the scarf. And my last jar is a Grinch. So for that one, I found a pack of heart buttons, and I glued the heart on the front of the jar. And then again, I had a 3/8 inch ribbon, which then I glued and tied around the rim of the lid. And if you don't have buttons, you can cut out pieces of felt or paper even to put the other decorations on the jar. And then to finish these off, I would print it out a little download I found on the computer to glue to the top of the jar for the Grinch. Or you can also take any kind of gift tags. I have a little reindeer that I could tie on the reindeer, or use the mini holiday ornaments. Look cute, and just tie them with some twine around the rim of the jar, and you're all set. So thank you for watching today. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and you can follow the library on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest.